What's going on, everybody? This is Josh from Hunt's Photo and Video, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to balance a gimbal. For today's purposes, we're going to be using the DJI Ronin S, but realistically, the same premise will carry over to just about any handheld stabilizer out there. The first thing you're really going to want to do is you're going to want to put the plate onto the bottom of your camera, like so, which I've already done. The second thing you're going to want to do is attach the entire plate system to the gimbal, slide it into place, and lock it down nice and firm so that it doesn't go anywhere, so you can start beginning to do all your balancing. So the first thing you're going to want to do after you do that is you're going to want to grab the tilt axis so nothing moves. The entire system's going to want to shift around because nothing's balanced yet, but you really want to make sure that nothing moves here. And you're going to want to essentially find the sweet spot for the tilt by moving the plate either forwards or backwards. Pretty simple, can be a little bit tedious, but it's one of the more important sections to have balanced correctly. So the second thing you're going to want to do after the plate is all in this position that you want it to be, you're going to want to finish off the tilt axis balancing. And what you're going to do is you're going to tilt the camera all the way facing up, and you're going to essentially perform the same exact balancing technique where you're just sliding the entire carriage forwards and backwards until you reach that sweet spot where it's not moving anymore. And when you're done, it should look a little bit like that, where you can kind of put it in any position that you want to, and it's not going to move. So the third axis that you're going to want to balance is the roll axis. And essentially, same thing as the rest of them, you're going to want to find that sweet spot where the entire camera isn't going to be either tipping to one side or the other by untightening this and sliding the bar either backwards or forwards until you find the spot where it will just stay. And the last portion you're going to want to balance is the pan axis. And essentially, this is going to prevent the camera and the system from flopping around when you're making movements where you're either tilting it down or tilting it back up. And the way that you're going to be balancing this is you're going to actually move the entire system forwards in an awkward position so that you can tell whether or not this axis is going to be weighted more on one side or the other. So if I move it like this and I see that it's still turning, you're going to want to come back down to the axis here. Do little micro movements. And that's actually pretty good. And now the very last thing you have to do is just power your gimbal up. And you are good to go. You can find the Ronin S at huntsphotoandvideo.com or at one of our 8 locations around New England.